Greetings combatants and welcome to another Mortal Kombat Mobile Strategies. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 tips on how to build your teams and equipment to help you go farther in Faction Wars Survivor mode. This is for some of the newer to intermediate players out there. Hopefully these tips will increase your battle points and put you farther up in the ranks to get that diamond that you've been looking for. And watch till the end to see the 2 pieces of uncommon and rare equipment that I use to push me farther up into the ranks. Before we start though, I'm going to ask if you could please do me a huge favor and subscribe. I spend a lot of time working on my videos for the sake of trying to help you guys, so all I ask for in return is for you to simply click a button. On that note, let's begin. So the first thing I do at the beginning of a new season is wait. Yes, I wait at least 12 hours or so. You're probably asking, well, why the heck would you do that? Well, the reason is pretty simple. I wait because then it allows me to scroll through all the faction leaderboards to see which one is the weakest. So, for example, with me, I'm usually ranking Elder or Grandmaster. So I look at those rankings for each faction, and whichever one has the lowest points, I go and change my faction to that one through the settings. Since I started doing this, I've had really good success. Next, activate the last 3 feats of strength for the character that has the most complete feat. The first 3 can be equipped on every character on your team at the same time, but the last 3 can only be equipped on one character at a time. This will help give them an extra boost for whichever characteristic it applies to. Next, set up your talent tree to have Bone Shield and Revenant. The developers at NetherRealm Studios will do whatever it takes to screw you out of a victory by allowing its AI teams to use these 2 talents very frequently. In fact, much more frequently than the AI will give it to you. So you're already going to be at a disadvantage. Why not lessen it a bit? One way to try to combat the Revenant is to use either Death Mark technique or the Brutal Ending while you're equipped with the character's Brutality gear. Next, distribute your bonus characters to maximize your total battle points. So for this, you have to decide how much time do you have to play for that season. Will you be able to grind it out and play a lot in the season, or are you limited in your time? If you have a lot of time on your hands, then you're going to want to spread out your cards to maximize your overall bonus points in the season. For example, if the primary or the 5-time and 3-time bonus character is Scorpion or say Raiden maybe, and the secondary or the 1.6-time bonus is the Martial Artist class, then you should already know that you'll have a lot of characters to choose from compared to a season of, say, Tremor with a Spec Ops class. So, if you have the time, then in this example, you'd want to set up your team with 1 Scorpion or Raiden and 2 Martial Artists, regardless of what type of battle it is. Be sure not to overdo it on your bonus characters and go beyond the max points though, or else you'll be wasting your important bonus characters. You can find this bonus status at the upper center of the teams before your first battle. Any team with a 5x bonus diamond combined with a pair of 1.6x bonus characters will give the proper amount of bonus points to reach the maximum. This is actually perfect for an Elder battle. But when you get down to the Fatal battles and below and start using your 3x bonus characters, I know it would seem wise to pair the 2 of them together with an additional 1.6x bonus to get the max, but you can actually get more overall bonus points in the season if you put each of those 3x bonus characters on their own separate team with 2 other 1.6x bonus characters. Now, this is only if you have the time to grind it out in a season. If you don't have the time, then go ahead and put those 2 3x bonus cards on the same team with a 1.6x bonus. I hope that makes sense. I know it may be a little confusing, but just trust me on that. Next, set up your characters and equipment with survival type passives and effects. A good rule of thumb to follow is to set up every team with the following: 1 character that has a resistance to stun, 1 character that has or gives a shield or invincibility, and 1 character that has resurrection. If you don't have any resurrection characters or equipment, you can either repair the equipment if it's broken, or choose one that has a high recovery. Of course, it's always better if these buffs are part of a character's passive, because then it allows you to free up a slot for some other piece of equipment. But if it's not in their passive, then I'd highly advise you to sub it with a piece of equipment. Next, if you have the time, watch the 10 free ads and spend the 50 souls to refresh and watch the additional 10 ads. You'll not only get those souls back through the ad watching, but you'll also get important consumables for faction wars such as the rare and epic equipment repairs and health potions, but most importantly, the revive potion and the opponent reroll, which will help you out big time on those last few fights, trust me. You don't even have to actually watch the ads, just multitask it while you're doing something else like, your laundry or other chores. I actually let them run while I'm driving to work, believe it or not, but on my hands-free phone mount, of course. And finally, we get to those 2 pieces of equipment I hinted at the beginning of the video. So, for the uncommon gear, this one's been my favorite for a long time now, going all the way back to the Lin Kuei Tower. It's the Ice Bomb, but only if it's maxed out. If you don't have this one yet, or you don't have it at effects, then you're in luck, because this tower will probably be rerun by the time this video drops. I highly advise you to get it to effects. So, what's so great about it? Well, for an uncommon, it has a few advantages. Number 1, put it on a strong starting character to freeze the opponent and then pummel them. Chances are they won't have any freeze resistance. And that leads to the follow-up advantage, which would be that it can counter a beginning stun debuff. Think of it as a Circle of Shadow Liu Kang equalizer. If you aren't able to get this or get it to effects, then a good substitute would be the Cobra's boxing gloves from the Black Dragon Tower. It's got an 80% resistance to slow and stun, along with a damage boost. And for the rare equipment, this is one of the newer ones, so chances are that you probably already have it, coming from the Joker's Twisted Tower, the Weekend Dad. This one is pretty good at any fusion, actually, as I'm sure many of you who use it already know the benefit. The shield it gives at the beginning of the match and on tagging is absolutely huge. This is going to save you from things like a highly powered up starting opponent like a fully equipped Shao Kahn or a Circle of Shadow team with Kung Lao. Just start your character off equipped with this or tag him in to weather all the abuse from an upcoming special attack, then tag him out, rinse and repeat. It also can apply Oblivion to your opponent when performing an accurate special attack. And for a substitute, if you don't have this or aren't able to repair it, I'd recommend the Dark Mantle from the Dark Queen's Tower. This one is also an awesome piece in that it gives a health boost and chance to evade a special attack and then counter with a freeze, but mostly for the 7 seconds of invulnerability on tag-in. Now, I would have recommended this over the Weekend Dad, but in case you guys haven't noticed, there's a bit of false advertising here, as the so-called invincibility doesn't actually guard you against an X-ray attack, which makes absolutely no sense. I mean, invincible should mean invincible, right? So there you have it, guys, my 7 tips for crushing survivor mode. I hope at least one of them can help you. If you have any tips as well, please comment below so we can all help each other out. And if you find any of this useful, please like and subscribe, as I'd really love to grow this channel and get it to the point where I can start handing out prizes and all sorts of goodies like that. And there you have it, fellow combatants. See you on the next video. I bid you farewell.